It's time once again, kids, ladies and gents. It is time for the Retro Cartoon Rewatch with Damien G and Hokage22, where typically we take you to or through cartoons from the 70s to the 2000s, watch them back in real time, and then we let you know whether or not they suck. But for those who are new here, we are going down the Dragon Ball Z Abridged rabbit hole. We have finished seasons 1 through 2. We just started 3, I believe, last week. We are up to the Android saga. For those that don't know, Dragon Ball Z Abridged is a fan parody of the original Dragon Ball Z, to the point where I had an argument with somebody on Facebook regarding the validity of DBZA, which I had to show to Hokage because he couldn't believe it. And when he read it, he couldn't believe it that someone actually took the time to argue with me about Dragon Ball Z lore. And I'm just looking at my phone thinking, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Now, just like us, we are super nerds about everything that we love.
Sure.
Like,
of course.
for instance, my backdrop. I fucking love collectibles.
Funko Pops.
Funko Pops. I have an entire section dedicated to Marvel right here.
Right.
But I am not that much of a diehard fan where if somebody mentions something that's either like slightly wrong or slightly right, I will not correct them. I would join along with them. But the fact that this guy argued with you about why didn't Krillin use the Kienzon on Frieza after he stunned him with the solar flare.
Mm-hmm.
And to his credit, he did put like some logic behind about we're discussing this because this is the knowledge that we are given from a comedy show.
Exactly.
And while it's not 100% accurate most of the time, we still use it as like a base knowledge.
Of course. But the problem with that was, and you understood it, was some people take fandoms a little too seriously, right? And I have experience with this with the pro wrestling, internet wrestling community. I've talked about them ad nauseum. Wade in the chat, we'll get to you, knows all about the folks in the wrestling hemisphere. Some people take things a little too seriously. And my man wrote me a thesis. Oh boy, wrote me a thesis on Dragon Ball Z lore. Kudos to that guy. You should have your own YouTube page because motherfucker, you went in depth on something that I could have gave two shits about. But I commend you at the very least for being a passionate fan. It doesn't take away from the fact that you were a fucking douche, but kudos to your fandom. Yeah, kudos to your fandom. So let's go to the chat because you already know what time it is.
Oh, it's been a minute. I'm ready.
Oh, I see. Wade knows. Oh, the IWC sucks ass pimples. So yeah, the IWC is short for the Internet Wrestling Community. And if you're still on X or Twitter and you just look up wrestling, the amount of, let me be nice here, the amount of vitriol that gets exchanged back and forth for people who swear they discovered America. That's the depth they're going with it. Like, oh, I claim this in the name of Spain. That is how hard these people are going at it. AEW versus WWE. You have people talking about the NWA. You have indie wrestling people over here. You got the people who hate women's wrestling over there. The people who just hate women over here. You know, the people who are transphobes and homophobes over there. And everybody is just mixing in a cacophony of bullshit. A cacophony of bullshit. And Wade knows this. I am shocked that I'm still in this fucking industry, in this little fandom, because for the last 8 years, part of my bread and butter has been working and talking about wrestling. So, fuck y'all. Let me jump off my soapbox. Jumping off the soapbox now. So I hate you, Wade. I already hate you. Why did Frieza start a podcast?
I don't know.
To chill with his followers.
You got me hiding in the hat, Wade. No.
That gets the hat put back on, Wade. That gets
you get 2 snapbacks today, boys and girls.
You got the Daredevil hat back on, Wade, because my goodness. Oh, and he saw Final Destination. Good for you. I won't. So for those also that don't know, I brought this up on the wrestling podcast. Hokage went and saw a screening for Mission Impossible. I was going to call it the Final Destination. That's how out of it I am. He went to go see Final Reckoning. I've been calling it Dead Reckoning all week. And we talked about it here on the channel. Go back and check that out. I haven't really edited it. My bad. I've just been sick the last couple of days, but we did a live stream about it. Or at the very least, we did a pre-recorded stream over it. All I will say, because I haven't seen it, I'll see it Monday, another screener. But from what you tell me and what Instagram and Twitter and X and such has told me, is that Tom Cruise is an idiot. Tom Cruise is ridiculous on his stunts. Tom Cruise is 60 some odd years old. There's a biplane. He's straddling the biplane as it's off the ground. And apparently Tom Cruise thinks he's an Olympic sprinter, thinking he's going to run across everything
and
early in the movie.
Make it in time to try to either save somebody. This is, I know. I'm not trying to spoil anything. I'm just generalizing here. Because I haven't seen the rest of them. I stated this in the review. I haven't seen the rest of the movies, but every single Tom Cruise movie where he's full sprinting, he somehow makes it to either save somebody or run away from somebody or something at times and like points of view where a full sprint is not going to save you. Getting on a motorcycle or in a car would save you.
Brother, I am literally air sprinting, and this is a reasonable facsimile of Tom Cruise running in every single one of his movies, but his arms are just like that.
Not to mention that he does it in a tuxedo every single time. Like
he's always wearing something fancy.
Like kudos to him for full sprinting and a tux, but nah, man, that's not for me.
And shoes.
In dress shoes. Like,
Have you ever tried to run with dress shoes, folks? Running with dress shoes is damn near impossible. That's why I get annoyed in movies when I see people running, like they have the female characters running in heels, like at Jurassic Park, for instance, or Tom Cruise movies where he's running full sprint in something along the lines of Vanilla Sky. You can't do that comfortably. You're going to break something, notably your ankle. But so,
then at that point, it would be more beneficial for you to just run in your bare feet than to run in dress shoes. Correct.
But that's neither here nor there. That is Tom Cruise, Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning, or the Final Testament, whichever one I want to say, because at this point,
the Final Destination.
Every Mission Impossible movie is the same. It's the original Fast and Furious in terms of how crazy the stunts became as the series went on. So
that's the best way to describe the action.
Yeah. So I'll leave it there.
Yeah. But for those of you who are tuning in and do like the Mission Impossible movies, you will like this. But for those who are regular watchers, i.e. people like me and Damien, just turn off your brain if you want to watch it. But yeah, that's about it.
Yep. Oh, cool. Wade's going back to Jersey in August. Are you heading back home for a visit, homeboy, or you just going for life? Like, what's happening there? Because I remember telling Wade and JJ that I might be going to Florida in July. But if you're going to Jersey in August, I might have to head back to the East Coast real quick and see my homie. But
Bring me a souvenir.
I'll try to fit a midget in my duffel bag. Oh, he's going for wrestling. Oh, so I might have to make an appearance then. We might have to do another body cop at a wrestling event circa 2025.
Hell yeah, dog.
I'll do that one more time. But anyway, we digress. We apologize. Yes, Wade said yes, indeed. We do need to take said photo. We left off on Trunks, future Trunks, coming in, cutting Frieza up, chop suey, and then it ends with Goku coming from the planet Yardrat and just plopping back in Earth. And we're left with the follow-up from that. So without further ado, Dragon Ball Z Abridged, episode 34. Because remember, kids, the following is a fan-based parody.
Ball GT are all owned by Funimation, Toei Animation, Fuji TV, and Akira Toriyama. Please support the official release.
Yeah.
Real quick, I'm sorry. I just remembered why Yamcha.
We see you, Vegeta.
Always ore farming, but a bit of spoilers. But I just remembered why Yamcha is delivering the opening disclaimer. You'll find out later in the episode.
Yeah. You're a good friend, Yamcha. Thanks, man. Thanks. You too, Goku. You too.
All right, awesome.
Wow.
I love it. Tien didn't even flinch. She's like, But Vegeta's got his hands in his pockets. And okay, I hate to keep bringing this up. My bad, y'all. But I will go to my anime grave and say, Toriyama, when they drew Bulma this arc, this is where the fatty came from. I don't know. But she must have been eating good on Namek because they made her extra curvy this season. I don't know why.
No, you know what it was?
Don't know why.
You know what it was? It was the Namekian salt water.
Crabs in the ocean. If you don't know what we're talking about, go back and watch Dragon Ball Bulma on Namek. Go back and watch that.
I can't believe you guys are all still alive. I mean, I swore Frieza was gonna Yamcha at least one or two of you. Speaking of which, hi
Hey,
Yamcha.
Yamcha.
Hey.
So,
Hey.
which one of you guys ex-nayed the old Frieza?
Again, Vegeta's got his hands in his pockets, just chilling. Piccolo arms crossed,
constantly folded every single time.
You know what's funny? I started doing that in public now, and people are saying my body language is a little aggressive because I look like I'm Piccolo with my arms folded. And I'm thinking, I have been watching too much Dragon Ball Z in my life because now I'm walking around like Piccolo. Just gonna start aura farming every day now.
Give it some time, you get a cape and a do-rag.
Not the do-rag. I'll wear the cape though.
Frieza frame.
Well, Kakarot, while you were off.
First one.
Saiyan pride.
First one.
Bumming around in space, I took charge of the situation, gathering up.
I wish I was a carrot.
Your planet's measly excuse for.
So the fun fact about this one, this little scene right here, in Toonami, way back in the day, Toonami, this was one of the intros.
I took charge
Hold on, wait a
of
minute,
the
hold
situation.
on. Come on, work with me here.
Hey.
So, which one of you guys ex-nayed the old Freezer frame?
Well, Kakarot, while you were off.
Look at how they made Goku look while looking behind him. Looking at Vegeta. Look at Gohan's face. They basically just took Goku's face, put it over here. Say, here, Gohan, now you have Goku's face. And why does Bulma have a 6 head?
I was about to say, they did Bulma a disservice with
Dirty.
that shot. Just
Dirty. They did her dirty. And look, it looks like she's holding her skirt down. So, Toriyama, come on, man. Come on.
Bumming around in space, I took charge of the situation, gathering up your.
So yeah, this shot that you're seeing of all the warriors, that's from Toonami, like cut from, made from Toonami.
Planet's measly excuse for fighters, and spearheaded an assault on.
Right over here.
I was getting to that.
Oh, if it ain't you, you old so
So and so.
It's been so long since
We've never met.
you.
We've never met before.
Oh,
Oh,
thank
thank God.
God. Or
Or
Kami, or
Kami, or
King
Piccolo.
Kai.
King
I
Kai.
don't know. That whole thing is screwy.
Actually, if it's okay with you, I'd like to talk to you in private.
Oh, okay. What?
See, now you got me looking at everyone's faces when they're not the main focus of the scene. Yamcha's over here looking at Goku, Krillin and Gohan, and Bulma with her 7 head is still looking over here. And look at how they did her non-existent fists.
Just
Man.
stubs.
1 minute, guys. What?
But
It's been
Dad,
almost 2 years. I know, but I gotta go talk to this purple stranger. But yeah, cool.
and look,
Every single shot. Or farming.
aura farming. And as I said this on the show before, I'll say it again. For whatever reason, I know the term aura farming because of Piccolo. I've heard a lot of slang, internet slang. You know, we talk about Riz. You talked about something about skipping in my toilet, some shit like that. But aura farming is associated with this gentleman right here. Or, well, Namekians are asexual, but you get what I'm saying. So
he is like the textbook definition of aura farming.
correct. And by that they mean he's just soaking up, trying to show off the fit, trying to look fly on purpose, doing a little too hard. So the line is typically, yes, Piccolo, we see the fit. Stop aura farming. But what we've also discussed on this show is Vegeta does it too. It's just not as pronounced. Oh, Wade has another joke. Hold on.
Oh, we get a twofer.
Wow. I might have to walk away on this one.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
What do you call it when Yamcha wins a fight?
I'm scared.
This is actually pretty good.
Oh, no.
A filler episode. Wade, that is the best one. Frame that, clip that, record that. Yeah, clip that, bro, because that's actually pretty damn good. That's a joke you could tell on social media. That's a good one. Because Yamcha won once in a baseball episode. He did score the winning run in the filler episode of Dragon Ball Super.
And that's it.
Yeah.
No other win.
Episode. No other wins.
Okay, Trunks, don't be nervous. He's just a normal guy. Just introduce yourself. So, you're Sun Wukong, right?
Damn it! I'm
Damn
Son
it.
Goku, yes?
Roll with it.
Roll with it. I'm Trunks. Nice to meet you.
Trunks, huh? So you're the one who wumped Freezer.
Yes. I was actually wondering, how did he survive Namek?
Well, I kinda maybe sorta kept letting him go. Yeah, probably a bad call.
I love how I paused it right here. Paused it right there.
Like, this motherfucker really didn't finish the goddamn job, and he's the strongest one out of everybody here.
Also,
This
folks,
bitch.
for those that don't know, that is my perpetual face expression when people do shit. I'm like, all right.
It's
So
also
right
the
now-
face that you give me and James whenever we do something stupid.
You mean like last Friday? Yeah.
I'm absolutely talking about last Friday.
You know what, Wade? If you ever come to visit, if you ever come out here to visit, Wade, you're gonna have to hang out with me and Hokage and our boy James at the arcade, because when the three of us get together, there's a reason why we're called the three brain cells. Because when we get together, our brain cells go into the single digits. Because this past Friday, I kid you not, the amount of dumb shit that we talked about, to the point where even me, who gives zero fucks when I'm having a good time, I said, I need to apologize to this bartender because she probably thinks we're a bunch of morons. when in reality, we're not. We're actually pretty intelligent when you get to talk to us. But when we're all together, it's as if we just turned to morons.
One of the things that I just remembered, we lost our shit over moist ass bitch.
Moab, you moist ass bitch.
Moab.
So wait, real quick. I brought up the question. Why do people get annoyed by the word moist? Why does it give people the heebie-jeebies, right? And then somewhere along the lines, James is telling a story and he says, moist ass bitch, randomly. Just blurts out moist ass bitch. And we're just like, the fuck?
Then we just started rearranging the words as ass moist bitch.
bitch moist ass, you know. Ass bitch moist, you know. Yeah, so that's the kind of stupid.
That's just the dumb shit that we do whenever we just all reunite.
Yeah, that's the exact reaction. Hey, yo, because listen, man. That made him hit the Josh Hart face. What is wrong with you, dude? Yeah, that is us, friends. That is us. That is us. But yeah, wait. If you ever come out to Texas, if you ever come out to Dallas, that's where we gonna hang out at the arcade. And you're gonna see how stupid we get. But this is the face I perpetually give when people tell me dumb shit. Like,
if I hadn't shown up, all your friends would be dead.
Oh boy, the dragon wouldn't be happy about that one.
Also, I'm curious. When you fought Frieza, you were a Super Saiyan, correct?
A super duper Super Saiyan.
So that comes up later in the Cell Saga.
Yeah.
When Gohan, spoilers for those who haven't seen a 15, 18-year-old cartoon series. Is it 18? No, it's more than that. It's like 30. For those who haven't seen a 30-year-old anime, in this, the parody, they call Super Saiyan Super D Duper Saiyan, or Vegeta wants to be a Super D Duper Saiyan because Goku right now is saying, what do we call this? Because it's bigger than a Super Saiyan. It's a Super D Duper Saiyan or some shit like that.
No, so
by the way, why did I catch him winking?
Just a really good pause frame. But the levels are Super Saiyan, Super Duper Saiyan, and then Super D Duper Saiyan.
D Duper Saiyan.
For Super Saiyan 1, 2, and 3.
Correct.
And?
Well, can you show me?
I barely know you, but I guess.
There you go.
Still kind of tickles.
Yep, that's a Super Saiyan, all right. So, now that you've shown me yours, I'll show you mine.
So, this line bothers me. And I'll tell you why it bothers me. Because it's perverted. Because the phrasing is, oh, you showed me yours, I'll show you mine. When in the dub, the original dub, the Funimation dub, I like when he goes, now we'll both be Super Saiyans. So that's a better line than a pause line of you show me yours, I'll show you mine. Like, ooh, wait, ooh, we don't do that no more.
Yeah,
talk like that.
We don't do that here.
We don't do that here.
But real quick,
but also, like we've said before in the past. Go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, while we're on the subject of Super Saiyan, and we're just talking first base Super Saiyan 4, none of the other transformations. Out of the original cast, excluding Goten and Kid Trunks, who do you think wears it the best? My opinion, I think Trunks wears it the best.
Are we talking adult Trunks or kid Trunks?
Future Trunks. Kid Trunks is the kids outside of Gohan are excluded.
Well, that only leaves us 3 people. It leaves us Goku, Vegeta, and Future Trunks if we're taking out the kids. So
well, no, I'm saying including Gohan. Like he's the exception. Goten and Kid Trunks aren't included.
Yeah, I think by default Trunks wears it for better the initial Super Saiyan, just because it's that plus the jacket, which kind of makes it a little bit more badass. The jacket helps.
But in the movies where he has just the tank top and he loses the jacket, I think that's like peak.
It's because he's the drink. That's why he's the drink, man.
Which is a meme that I still don't understand and will refuse to understand.
Whoa! What happened to your hair? It's yellow.
So is yours.
It is? So the funny part about that line, right, is that Team Forster actually said that makes sense because Goku wouldn't know what a Super Saiyan is because he turns into it and it's a first-person view. My counter is, so all this time Goku's never looked in a motherfucking mirror? On Yard he never once went Super Saiyan in a mirror?
Goku,
because
dumbass.
It makes sense in Namek. Well, no, it makes sense in Namek that he didn't look in a mirror. So obviously, because they didn't have mirrors because the planet was dying. But you were in Yardrat for almost 2 years. You didn't once realize you turned into a Super Saiyan, your hair turned blonde. That means he never looked in a mirror. Because we've already established in this continuity that the Yardies, I guess, don't speak English. They have gibberish as a language. So Goku probably wouldn't be able to understand them.
Yeah, no, he wouldn't.
So they wouldn't be able to tell him, bro, you're yellow. So. So I find it funny how in this show, Dragon Ball in general, the most aura farming that is done on this show isn't even just by Piccolo. It's everybody when they power up, because the vast majority of people in this show power up to get their ass beat at one point or another. Vegeta, we'll see, he'll power up later in this season to get stomped out. Goku, in about 3 episodes, Goku gonna power up with the theme song and the muscles like blamming just to get stomped out. And it's brought up at some point in the series about the fact that everyone just stands around
and does nothing
but power up.
We do that a lot.
Exactly. Krillin says, we do that a lot.
Blonde, spiky hair.
Incredible aura.
Well, Vegeta, now that Goku's here to compare, we can finally say for sure that that kid's a super.
Utter one more word, and no dragon alive will be able to fix what I do to you.
So, Tien, have you been lifting? Because you are jacked.
Yeah.
What's Chaozu doing here? What are he doing?
He is trying so hard.
Who he about to fight?
He is trying so hard to aura farm like Vegeta and Piccolo. But he's Chaozu. He can't do shit.
This is Chaozu's version of aura farming. Standing there with his chest out. He ain't gonna do nothing. He's the epitome of the friend that says, hold me back, just because Tien's here, because he's gonna mouth off, talk about like, hold me back. Okay, Chaozu, whatever you say. Whatever you say.
Tien just exists, and he's already better at aura farming than Chaozu.
Dude,
and he's just existing.
Yeah. Bald Goku. Yeah.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe I'll be the next Super Saiyan.
So, a Super Saiyan 2, huh? That's cool. Krillin dying for
Super Saiyan 2 foreshadowing.
me to become one. Wait, did something happen to Krillin while I was gone? No, but seriously, how's Krillin?
It's just like my mom said. You're absolutely amazing, Goku. Now I know that I can reveal to you my secret.
A secret?
Okay, here's the problem I have with this. How in the world Is Goku showing you his power enough to say, you know what? I'm going to tell you my deepest secret. At what point did Goku prove himself to be trustworthy in that little tete-a-tete?
Just, hey, let me see how strong you are. Damn, you're stronger than me. All right, I trust you. Huh?
I trust to tell you things.
That doesn't... Proving that you're stronger does not equal I can trust you. It equals, oh, you can beat my ass. Shit.
So here's my secret. The fuck?
I love secrets. I'm awful at keeping them, though. Like the worst. Oh, but don't worry. I'll totally keep this one, though. I promise on Krillin's life. Okay, you're right. I promise on Bulma's life.
You promise on my mother's life?
Bulma's your mom? Damn it! I can't believe it. I was only gone for a year and a half, and already a Super Saiyan. Kids grow up so fast these days.
You have to remember, Goku thought a bride was something. That's all I have to say. Goku thought a bride was something he had to eat, which in reality, letter of the law, or at the very least hinting at he's not entirely wrong. If you get my drift. A bride is something you eat. Just saying.
No, wait, you don't understand.
Tell what? Next thing you're going to tell me is that Vegeta's your daddy? Oh my gummy Kai.
What's so funny?
Your shirt.
It is a very funny shirt.
It is a very funny shirt. Wade says Goku is a terrible individual. Shit.
You don't know half of it, dog.
so there's a term that's being thrown around a lot on social media. Ladies, I'm not trying to take a shot at y'all, but it's mostly from women that say this. Weaponized incompetence.
Yeah.
I would like to think if the Dragon Ball was going on in 2025, somebody would call Goku's innocence and naivete weaponized incompetence. Because no man supposedly is that quote unquote dense.
I would say if like OG Dragon Ball, I could see that. But in TFS, no, because this is just a version of a character that's turned up to 11. So his stupidity is authentic. So it's not weaponized incompetence in this sense. It is just incompetence because Goku's just fucking stupid.
See, I still want to lean toward naivete. Only because Goku, okay, so if you want to break it down very haphazardly, he's gone from living in the wilderness with his grandfather, right? Then finally getting to meet Bulma and living in a quote unquote house with Master Roshi, which is a tiny ass house, right? Then Goku gets married and he lives in another tiny ass house in the backwoods. So he's been away from civilization 90% of his life, with the exception of fighting. The only time he gets to socialize with people that aren't his friends is at tournaments. And that usually is when he socializes with all of his friends at fighting tournaments. So suffice to say, Goku is a hell of a lot of naivete wrapped into one. So I'm willing to give him an out.
That's fair.
Based on history, willing to give him an out. But you know what would prove this, right? What would prove this theory is if he called the flying Nimbus. And if he fell through, then he's just a dumb moron. See?
That's fair.
Because then he wouldn't be innocent. He'd just be incompetent and an idiot and worse.
And good for them. I'm going to go over there right now and congratulate him.
I'm from the future.
For realsies?
For realsies?
For realsies.
Well,
listen. 3 years from now, on the 12th of May at approximately 10 a.m.
We missed it by 3 days.
Damn
May 12th.
it.
It's May 15th.
Damn
we missed it by 3 days.
The androids already blew up.
Had I remembered, I would have done a stream. Had I remembered, yeah, we're dead.
Damn.
By the way, Yamcha's dead by now. But yeah.
Miles off of South City, two creatures will appear. A pair of man-made monstrosities, half human, half machine, crafted by a mad scientist from the now defunct Red Ribbon Army.
Androids?
Actually, the technical term is cyborgs.
Androids.
Look, my point is, they're dangerous. Each of them on their own dwarf even Frieza with their power.
And?
Goku.
God damn it, Trump.
Just
go ahead.
Goku. Nope, that's all I'm going to say. Goku. Just Goku.
Just dense and so naive.
And they kill everyone. As in Vegeta, Krillin, Piccolo, Tenshinhan, Chaozu. The only ones that survive are myself, my mother, and Gohan.
Oh, wow. Wait, you didn't mention Yamcha.
I mean, he dies, but... See, after he found out that my mother was pregnant with Vegeta's child, he sort of...
Dark.
Wait,
very.
So for those that don't know, he hung himself, right? And I don't mean to just poo-poo it and be like, oh, he just hung himself. But in this storyline, you know what? I'm just gonna say this. Go ahead.
It's not official. It got cut, but there is a extended scene.
I know
where that happens, and you hear a voice. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yes. No, I mean you could spoil it. You could tell them.
Fair enough. Okay, so it's that shot, and what's worse is that that's the same shot of Yamcha whenever he gets, spoilers, stabbed in the chest by Dr. Gero. It just lifts it up, but it holds in that shot for a little longer while he's still swinging, and then you hear Puar, the floating cat, say, "Yamcha, can I stop being the rope now?"
Dark.
Way too dark. I'm glad that was a deleted scene.
See, Wade knows dark.
Very
just dark. I'm gonna let it play. I gotta fix something real quick, but I'm gonna let it play in the background. I'll be right back.
Me?
I don't know how to tell you this, but you don't make it to the battle either. You die of heart failure the year before.
What? Why? How?
High cholesterol.
From what?
According to the coroner, too much bacon.
You take that back.
But listen, in the future, my mother has developed
As much as
medication
I
that
love
will help
bacon,
level your cholesterol.
Shut up, Goku.
Is it
It's not
grape
that
flavored?
good.
I don't know. Yes.
Because I don't like grape.
Then it's bacon.
Okay. Valid for
flavored.
Goku's response about the medicine.
Well,
about
now that we
grape flavored medicine.
Although that's settled.
But still, fucking goddamn it, Goku. You have somebody who is from the future where everybody's dead, including you, and he's telling you that you died from a heart disease. And by the way, in canon, the heart disease is he gets it from traveling in space, so it's it's space cancer. Just quickly skip that in. But you have somebody from the future telling you that they have the medicine to help you fight this sickness, and you say, "Oh, it's grape flavored." Ew, I'm not gonna take it. Like, listen to the fucking man, Goku. Take the goddamn pills. Got me so energetic about this shit, goddammit.
I better get back to the future. It was interesting to meet my mom and dad. As I said before, I really needed to keep that a secret. One little slip-up, and I suddenly may not exist.
Wait, but if you don't exist, then you don't come back in time. But then you could never tell me, which means I'd never know, you'd still be born, and why does everything smell like copper?
I tentatively
because
leave
he was
this in
trying to.
your
He was
hands,
about to get a
Goku.
nosebleed by
Train
overthinking
well.
too much.
Until we meet again.
It took me so
okay.
long to get that joke.
Goodbye, Trunks. What a nice young lady. Now, get my story straight.
Goku!
I
What was
don't
that
get
all
that
about?
joke
You guys,
at all.
androids.
Yeah? And?
So
Later
in the episode,
on
we get a reference back to that joke because Bulma has Trunks whenever he's a baby during the Android saga. And he later laughs and says, "Ha, that's a girl's name," because they reveal that it's Trunks. I don't get the joke that, what a nice young lady. It's obvious that Trunks is a dude. The only thing that I can think of is because he has purple hair that he thinks that Trunks is a girl. The only way that Goku, unfortunately, will be able to confirm this outside of just fighting him is if he did the old pat and realized, oh, you're a guy. Which is worse, by the way. But still, I don't get that joke. And thank you, Damien, for pausing it right here. Again, aura forming. We get it. We see the fit Piccolo. We get it.
May
12th.
May 12th at 10 p.m.
AM.
9 miles?
9 miles.
9 miles off the north?
South.
South City. 2 androids will appear on May 12th at 10 a.m. 9 miles off of South City.
In 3 years, I heard everything.
Please don't tell everybody.
Oh, I won't.
I will.
Shut up, Nail.
Okay.
According to the kid, we all die to these androids in the future. We have 3 years to train before they arrive. Well, maybe they'll kill all of you, but I'm not afraid of any over-touted washing machines. By the time they show up, I'll crush them without a thought, and then we'll see.
Oh, hey, Vegeta. Nice shirt.
You?
Pink is a good color on you.
Just take the compliment.
He knows he can't do shit about fighting back whenever Goku says that. Because Goku would kick his ass.
Well, it's time for me to leave. I'll see you all again in 3 years your
So,
time. But hopefully
I don't know
you
why
won't
Damien
need
paused
me.
there. But
Father.
this upcoming but sound effect is for all the fellow Whovians in chat or whoever's watching this. Yes, it's the sound effect. It's the TARDIS. You have a guy coming from the future and leaving in a time machine. Of course, they're going to have some fun with the sound effects. And yes, we see the Vegeta.
I hope to get to know you a little better next time. Mother, I hope to get to know you a little less.
Get the hell out of here!
TARDIS sound effects.
By the way, I can teleport.
What?
Yep. Check it.
But aren't those... Goku just unstole my glasses!
Master Roshi's on the whole other side of the world!
Yep.
Now,
I just gotta imagine him and poof, there I
if
go.
Damien can pause
Learned it
real
on
quick,
space.
this is
Yeah,
the
sort of forgot
biggest
the obvious
reason
question there, but
why we're like, why the fuck didn't you use this whenever Frieza was coming, to planet Earth? You could have saved everybody and killed Frieza. But you chose to say, now I'm going to just take the ship and fly to Earth whenever, instead of just using the ability that, like gets rid of the entire like travel time in an instant. Goku, you dense idiot. But I will say, for this upcoming bit, it's kind of the end of a running joke that I wish could have kept on going, but it's a good way to end it, considering who Goku is. So.
How did you survive?
Muffin butt.
Don't say muffin button.
But it was. There's science
There's
and
science
stuff.
and stuff.
See, while I was on
So yeah, whatever I tried to fix in the background just wasn't working. So we're just gonna rock with it. But yes, the joke I overheard Hokage say was the running gag of
there, but how did you survive?
Muffin
He'll
button.
say muffin button.
But it
It was.
There's science and
stuff.
See, what?
I say that. I tend to say that from time to time. I said, but there's science and stuff. And people just look at me as if I'm weird. But if you know DBZA, you know what that means.
Freezer shit. There!
Muffins.
The planet exploded. The muffins actually formed a seal around me, both protecting me and feeding me all the way to Yard Rat,
And that is...
the place where I crashed. The Yardies were awfully nice.
See, what did I say? They don't speak the universal language of English. They just speak in
Just
They
weird
nursed me back to
gibberish
health
noises.
and even made a ship for me to come home in.
I would have loved to have seen the arc of Goku on Yardrat. Just what did you do? How did you train?
Yeah, because he had to figure out how to turn on Super Saiyan. He mentions that in the actual like canon. But you know damn well
Yes.
if that were to happen, they would be filler episodes. They would partially be canon, like they would show him training and learning how to channel into Super Saiyan again. But the rest of the episodes where you see him on Yarjak would be straight up filler.
Yeah, or him trying to learn how to instant transmission. So even if it's 2 episodes, I would have just loved to have seen Goku just in Yardrat trying to communicate with the Yardies. Just trying to communicate. Because you know Goku, all they had to do was go, and he would have just went back. Just talking back to them, just like that, because he's fucking Goku. That's why. It's fucking Goku.
They also kept feeding me their sick. So now I can teleport.
So if you could teleport and you knew Frieza was coming, why didn't you teleport to Frieza's ship and stop him?
I kind of wanted to give you guys a chance.
Please don't make a habit of that.
No promises.
Looks like we'll have to put ourselves through the
Dude!
Fucking bowling balls for shoulders.
Oh, you know what? My fucking dumbass mind right now. You know what I thought? This is how you know I'm still tired and sick. What does he look like to you?
Oh, ew, no, stop it. No, I see it now. No, stop it. No.
You're welcome.
You know what? Screw you. That's Hit. That's the top of Hit's head from Dragon
training
Ball
of
Super.
our lives if we hope to stand a chance against these androids.
Wait, we don't have to do any of it. Hear me out. We just have to gather the Dragon Ball.
Say it again.
I'm just saying, I'm trying to give a different visual instead, but Tien's shoulders are the top of Hit's head, the assassin from Dragon Ball Super.
No, they're ass cheeks. They're ass cheeks. They're ass cheeks. And Tien is so buff, he has cleavage. He has cleavage.
God damn.
You're welcome.
Wait, we don't have to do any of that. Hear me out. We just have to gather the Dragon Balls, have the dragon tell us where to find the guy who's making the androids, find him, then murder that son of a bitch in cold blood.
As much as I love the phrasing of that, I'm gonna have to say no. And by no, I mean hell no.
Are you kidding me? You heard Piccolo. None of you survive.
And
logically, yes, Bulma makes perfect sense. But you have to remember one important thing.
They're saying
they're fucking idiots.
That's a better phrase.
They're fucking idiots.
And I, as a Super Saiyan, relish the challenge.
You're a Super Saiyan, Vegeta? Show me.
Well, yeah, I
Don't tell me. You're not in the mood.
What, does that third eye make you psychic?
No, but it does help me see bullshit.
Hey, you know what?
You know what?
you.
You know, to be fair, I'm with Vegeta on this one. I want to fight me some androids. I haven't had a good fight since Freezer.
Wait, so the first thing
More logic by Gohan.
we do after you get back, after being gone for a year and a half, is train.
I know, I'm excited too.
Yeah, okay.
Well, guess that settles that. I'm off to go fire Kamehamehas at the ocean over and over.
See you all in 3 years. Good to have you back, Goku.
We're gonna go get McDonald's.
Suppose we'll get moving on too. Come on, Bull.
Wait, Yamcha?
Yeah?
You're my friend.
Oh, thank you, man.
Sick Yamcha.
He saved him from death.
So, wanna go drive cars?
Bitchin'.
I'm on the highway to Hitful. I'm on the highway to Hitful.
Fun fact, I sing that from time to time at work.
It's not bad.
I literally either hum it or I just say, I'm on the highway to Hitful, walking through fucking City Hall. Go figure. How I'm not arrested or at least locked up in some sort of asylum, I don't know.
And thus, they went their separate ways to prepare for the upcoming threat. However,
I love how Yamcha's workout is breaking his home gym. That was his workout.
I don't understand some of Yamcha's ideas. I know he's supposed to be a not dumb as Goku dumb, but I'll just say.
Oh, see, when Goku does it, it's endearing. When Yamcha does it, that's fucking stupid.
Yes, because Yamcha actually has some brain cells, and he actually knows how to think a little bit. Well, as Goku, he has like maybe 2 or 3, and they're all fighting for last place. The only time that they're only fighting for first place is whenever they're trying to win a fight.
I was going to say, I can offer a little bit of pushback on that when it comes to Yamcha. Because think about it. Yamcha was born, well, we don't know where he was born, but he was raised in the desert. He was a bandit. And all he did for the first 13 years of his life, at the minimum, was live in the desert as a bandit. And then when he met Bulma and company, he was about 16 years old. So he himself has had half his life not around humans. And the other half is around, again, fighters and Bulma's family. His best friend's a cat that transforms. He ain't too sharp to start with.
Fair. But
Bulma admittedly was only with him because he was hot.
That is true.
And she was desperate when she was a teenager. So
she didn't know any better.
Exactly. Bulma might have been book smart, but she wasn't life smart. And Yamcha wasn't book nor life smart at multiple points in the series.
would find roadblocks.
Like hell you will!
Oh, come on, Chi-Chi.
Won't you come on, Chi-Chi me?
For those who missed it.
Like hell you will!
Oh, come on, Chi-Chi.
Won't you come on, Chi-Chi me?
Do you think when they made that line, they thought it was going to turn into that?
No.
Do you think when they made that line, it was going to resort to that?
I guarantee you, no.
But for those who didn't know, I don't want to explain the joke, but I will. Goku says, "Come on, Chi-Chi," and then Chi-Chi blurts out, "Don't you come on, Chi-Chi me," because you know what Chi-Chi's in Japan is, right? Slang word for Chi-Chi's.
Yeah.
Boobs.
Yeah.
Plus her name is Chi-Chi, so coming on her or coming on her boobs. Either one.
Gone off and God knows where space. Refuse to let the dragon take you home, and the first thing you ask for when you get back, oh hey Gigi, mind if I take our baby boy to go train to fight the monster robots?
Androids. And the first thing I asked about was dinner.
The answer is no!
No to dinner or no to Gohan?
No!
Oh, but Chi-Chi, don't be like that. Be a pal.
Ugh. Now,
Oh my gosh!
even though this is played off for
Worst you can do
gags,
is ground me, now run!
even though this bit is played off for gags, we know that Chi-Chi is pretty fucking strong because she had Goku's kid. I'll just leave it at that.
I won't because I'm me. Yeah, she had Goku's kid. She's pretty fucking strong. But I will say she had sex with Goku. She survived sex with Goku. Okay. I thought you meant during childbirth because she gave birth to a Saiyan because Saiyan birth was hard.
No.
Sorry,
she
that's what I thought you meant.
with a Saiyan.
Yes. And never mind. Shut up, Dan. We'll see it later in the season. Also, I just want to reiterate, Chi-Chi's a normal human. She's not a Saiyan. She's not superpowered. She can't fly. She survived going through the wall and into a tree. Head first.
Don't be like that. Be a pal.
And into a rock.
Oh my gosh! Dad, run! What? The worst you can do is ground me, now run!
Me.
Whereas Krillin can be thrown into a mountain and be okay. We've seen it. So the humans in Dragon Ball, especially the ones that hang around this lot, they're pretty impervious to things.
They're built.
Yep. See, Wade was like, Lord, exactly.
Meanwhile, Vegeta found ways to innovate his training.
500 times Earth's gravity? That's crapping out your own spine. I know. The challenge excites me. Look at my nipples.
Look at them! Fine, I'll build you your ship. What's the worst that could happen anyway?
That's the worst thing.
My nipples!
Wow, he really needs to learn how to dodge.
Yeah, I know. Still working on that. By the way, how'd you convince your wife to let him train with you?
We were on a field trip to the Ozarks. Please never tell her we were here.
What are you talking about? We're just studying. Let's go drive cars again.
Yay!
Speaking of humans who can, never mind. You'll figure it out.
Are you fucking insane?
No, but you're upside down. No, you're not.
You know, it would be easier to count the amount of your ribs that aren't broken.
Work through the pain.
And exactly how are you going to work when your body collapses?
Please, the Prince of all Saiyans does not collapse.
Oh, look at that. The Prince of all 2 Saiyans on the ground.
3.5. Shut up!
Oh no, the prince is getting all huffy. What are you gonna do? Try to blow up Earth again? Because I got Goku on speed dial.
You must be as stupid as he is if you think he knows how to work a phone.
Don't you call me stupid.
Okay, then how about bitch?
Arrogant dick.
Spoiled sow.
You.
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 My room, 10 minutes. Oh yeah, that's it. Keep going. Right there, right there. Yes.
Gallic
yes. Yes. Oh, wow.
Yep.
Gotta admit, even with the broken ribs, you really... Wait.
What?
Where's your condom?
The fuck's a condom? Dodge, bitch! Get out the way! Get out the way, bitch! Get out the way!
They just left Gohan in the fucking snow.
So there's a lot to unpack. There's a lot to unpack there, and yeah, Wade goes Lord again. There's a lot to unpack there. So I wanted to just let it play out because the scene sells itself, and now we know how Trunks was born or made, and then born.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! Ta-da! So not only does Bulma, it's a Gallic gun. So not only does Bulma survive sex with Vegeta and give birth to a Saiyan kid like Chi-Chi did, but we also learned that Piccolo and Goku actually tried to learn how to drive. It's a filler episode, but
it's
still
probably
funny.
It's probably one of the best filler episodes. I don't know about an anime as a whole, but it's definitely fucking up there because everybody remembers how funny it was. Just because of like how everything's written in that episode, the instructors, somehow Goku and Piccolo turn into a competition, as Goku always finds a way to do.
Of course they do.
And it's just a really well written like filler episode. It's just really fun.
So that episode in and of itself, it's the last episode before the 3-year time skip, right? So when we pick up the show again, and we'll call it here, but before we go, when we pick up the series, we would have already fast forwarded 3 years on that May 9th or May 12th, 9 miles off of South City at 10 a.m. But yet Goku couldn't be bothered to remember all that the minute he was told it. So next time on this thing
that we're doing
is called Dragon Ball Z Abridged on the Retro Cartoon Rewatch. For those that are interested, find me on social media at Damien G Show. Find Hokage at.
You can find me on Instagram at Hokage.22, and you can also find me on Twitch at Hokage22.
Right. And you can find this show streaming on Twitch as well at twitch.tv/Damien G Show. Shout out to Wade. Shout out to the 2 bots who popped up in my chat. And shout out to the person that texted me who wanted to remain nameless that was watching the show. And apparently it's against their religion to watch this show.
Yikes.
I don't know if they were serious, but I'll tell you offline. So again, kids, we'll probably see you next week. Probably the Monday. We'll try to get something in on Monday. But if not, we'll let you know. Yeah, Wade goes, yikes. yeah. Wade, apparently, my show and me personally is against people's religion. But anyway, this has been the Retro Cartoon Rewatch, and we will catch you on the next show. Peace and be well.